Hey everybody, welcome to 9-Liner Tattoo. I had a couple of questions and a couple of things I needed to reply to from the previous video. One person whose name Kevin Marbury, I hope I'm saying that right, I'm sorry if I'm not, but I think Kevin Marbury had asked if I would show more, not like my how to tattoo, but just more of me tattooing, as in up close, I presume anyway, showing. So yeah, I'm going to put some of that in this video for you, Kevin, so I hope you enjoy that. I'm tattooing something on a friend of mine, Owen, tomorrow, which is obviously, today is Tuesday as I'm recording this, and I'll be tattooing Owen tomorrow, and it's going to be a little palm-sized banger, which is ideal for showing you more tattooing, so I'll do that then. So if you're watching the video, it'll all seem seamless, but just to let you know that this spiel today is then not the same day as the tattoo. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Martin, and one of my oldest friends, Martin, had asked me a question, a bugbear if you like, what gets on tattooers' nerves, or my nerves in particular, I can't speak for anybody else, and he had said possibly he thinks it might be people that don't show or just cancel or whatever. And yeah, that's a big bummer for tattooers. Well, again, I'll say, I know it is for other people, but I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. So for me, it's a huge bummer. You've got an appointment ready, and you've got, I mean, some people say, why do you set all your needles and everything up before people come in? I don't know, I even still to this day, I trust people, and I don't like to keep them waiting for me as such, so I'll set up before they come in, and then we can just crack on when they come. But that's beside the point. I guess the main thing is people booking an appointment, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I know that things get in the way, life can throw you curveballs, and you know, just whenever it's ready, but like people that just cancel, they'll book a tattoo because it's a treat for themselves, which is great, and it is a treat for me to tattoo people, don't get me wrong, it's a real honour and a treat, but I don't do this and other stuff job wise. This is what I do, this is my career, this is how I pay for my bills, this is how I pay for the house, the food, the dogs, my wife, everything. This is what I do, you know. And I understand that if something comes up, the things that you want but don't need are usually the first things to get cancelled when something goes wrong. I understand that, but again, it's not just a hobby for me. It's, you know, and for tattooers in general, it's a job. You know, this is how we pay bills. And people that just sort of go, oh yeah, I'm just going to cancel that, and they don't give you much of a reason. They don't even, you know, I think a cancellation is an inevitable part of a tattoo an appointment. It's going to happen at some point, but it's just sometimes the way it can be done, you know. Hey, I've got an appointment today, I'm not going to make it, I hope that's alright. Well, no fucking really, do you know what I mean? Well, you've got my £20 deposit. It's like, yep, I have, but what about the £250 that I was going to get when I tattooed you? Never mind the fact that I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning doing a drawing for you, and now I'm going to have to try and put my shit onto someone else to say, I know it's last minute, but can you come all the way down and get a tattoo and fill the space? So A, I'm not out the money, and B, I'm not sitting here with my fucking thumb up my arse. That's really frustrating. That's really frustrating. Another thing that kind of bums me out is I want this, I've got this idea for a tattoo, can I, yep, fine, perfect, I'll draw you something, great. I'll let you have a look at it beforehand, which a lot of tattoo shops don't do, as far as I'm aware, but you know, sometimes I do if I can, depending on the time. Yep, great, perfect. Seen the drawing, message back, love the drawing, absolutely perfect, I'm not sure where we're going to put it, blah 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 blah, that's okay, fine. Come in on the day of the appointment. Yeah, I've spoke to a few friends of mine, and they think, and then as soon as that sentence comes, it's like, fucking, that's the end of that then, isn't it? I have no problem, if I draw something and somebody doesn't like it, I won't get offended, you're not going to hurt my feelings. You have to get what you want, but just don't tell me it's okay, and then change your mind when you come in for your appointment. That's not fucking cool, it's not okay. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you soon. Peace.
No, it's not that bad. It's just the girls are skating at the moment.
We're ready, buddy.
Aye, man.
Here we go. Wasting your time. Here we go, buddy.
it's still fun. If it becomes unfun, I'll stop it. But I found myself a few weeks ago thinking, oh man, I've not got many followers, and why are people not watching that one but watching this one? And then I thought, you know what? That's a fucking slippery slope. Just make the videos and then put them up. If people are gonna watch them, they're gonna fucking watch them. Me staying up and worrying about making content for other people is not gonna get me anywhere. So, I mean, I do ask people what they would like to see, but that's just because maybe I'm doing something that they don't want to see, or I'm not doing something that could help with this tattooing as well. It could be anything. So yeah, I mean, I'll ask people, but that's what Sarah says, don't put too much stock in what people are saying. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm enjoying it nonetheless. It's fun. Oh aye, that's nice and crisp. Crispy, crispy, crispy. Let's see what Mr. Bert Crack Liners or Shader's up to this day. Right, some shading, buddy. Here we go. How's that feel? Better.
I've been
Be quietly pleased with what you've done without people thinking you're an absolute asshole.
It's so bad that sometimes I just like.
Hey everybody, welcome to Check This Out. So, as you know, they found a tumour in my wife's chest, and it's bizarre. This there's heaps of this type of footage, me speaking to the camera, that no one will ever see, because when I was dealing with all that sort of stuff, I didn't want to burden my wife with it, and I didn't want to tell other people about it as such straight away. So I filmed a lot of pieces to the camera. I filmed a lot of stuff to the camera, and it's on a separate memory card stored in a safe place that hopefully nobody will ever see, including my wife. But one thing that really kind of buckled me a little bit, if you like, was we met with a surgeon and we met with these various different specialists and stuff, and they explained to us that what possibly could happen. It turned out that this didn't happen. They went in with a keyhole, which was still really dangerous because it was close to the heart. But the other option was they'd have to open her up from sort of here all the way down. Open her up, exposing all the organs inside, remove the tumour. She'd be left with a scar. The risk of death was, well, I mean, you know, the risk of death's quite high with any operation I get, or it's there with any operation. But it was just a scary time. And then the day after we found that out, about the scar and what would happen, we had a huge chat, and my wife and I are both very much organ donors. With like, once you're gone, you don't fucking need them. Get them out and give them to people. That's my opinion, you know. But the day after we found out about the potential scar and everything that could be happening, I seen a video on YouTube. Now, a few years ago I tattooed a girl, and she told me that her brother, or the girl that was with her's brother, I forget if it was her or her friend's brother, one of the two of them, was on tour, and he was a singer, and he was going to be huge and blah blah blah, and he was a support act for a person called Rag and Bone Man, and I remember thinking, oh, that sounds really cool, and turns out the video on YouTube I seen the day after we met the specialist telling us about the scar, and that customer of mine's brother was the same person, and it was Lewis Capaldi, who's from not far from where my shop is, and the song I seen was the Someone You Loved. Now in the video there's a lady who's obviously had some kind of, I presume, cancer or something. She's not well, something's happening. She's got a big scar up her chest. She's given organs, and this person meets the other person. I can't put the video in my video because YouTube will just go so I'll put a link to it below, you can have a look. And it was like art imitating my life for a It was really, really fucking bad timing, because it buckled me. I was in here and it just came up on my iPad and I'm watching it, and I'd never heard a song by him before. I'd never heard him sing. I'd heard people talking about him, that he was funny and his music was great, but it was before the album came out, and I'd never heard him singing, and it was the first time I'd ever heard him sing, and it was the first video I'd ever seen, and I just fucking broke down, burst out crying. I thought, fucking hell, man, this is bizarre. Literally the day after we found out that all of that was a possibility, this video came out, and it just kind of really struck a nerve and hit home, and I thought, Jesus Christ, man, it blew my mind. So that very day, I pre-ordered the album, and he sent me one of the records and he signed it for me, which was really nice. So the album came and I listened to it, and yeah, I mean, you get a big pull-out inlay thing inside, and there's like a signature thing, and I presume the words in that are in there. Yeah, words to the songs and stuff are in there. The album, by the way, sorry, I should have said, is called Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent. Now, I believe, well, I don't believe, I know for a fact that was a line in a song that did not make it onto the album. So, yeah, Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent. I don't know if he sent me the red one or the black one. It's just the black one, but yeah. So, but this album, even with that song aside, I mean, I'm glad I heard that song, because that's the song that drew me to the. I mean, my wife liked his stuff, and like, she works with someone who knew him or knows him, and I mean, he's obviously a super funny guy, but the album's really, really good. Now, I've got a lot of vinyl in here and some more at home, and I collect music. That's you know, that's one of my things. But they all have to be, whether it's Devo or all the way up to the Beatles, or whoever it might be, Mayhem up to the Beatles. It has to sound good, but more importantly, the lyrics are a huge thing for me. They always have been, and his lyrics they're just incredible. They're so good. Now, Grace, I think a lot of people might have heard. Bruises, Hold Me While You Wait, Someone You Love, all good records, all good songs. But for me, the best song on this album is the last song. It's called Headspace. I don't think he's released that or not, but check it out. You should obviously, you know, check it out. But the last song there, if the camera will catch that, but it's Headspace. My favourite song on the album. The whole album's great, and I'll always have quite a special place with me because of that whole thing with my wife. And again, it really freaked me out. It was like, I'm looking in the shop and I'm thinking, somebody got fucking microphones in here, or you know what I mean? It was just very, very strange. But I'm glad that I seen that, and I'm glad I heard it, and I'm glad I picked up the record, because it's a really, really good record. He said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it again. If you're looking for something that's going to cheer you up, it's not fucking this. It's definitely not this. But if you're looking for something that's got some beautiful love songs in it, got some beautiful words in it, some phrases. I mean, my favourite lyricist, turn the phrase lyricist ever, is Scott Hutchison for Frightened Rabbit. The way he patterns words together is second to none in my humble opinion. But this is I'm not saying this is a second, but it's a good record. He's got a good turn of phrase. And so yeah, anyway, that's what I think. So I'll try and wrap it up. If there was somebody helping me with this video, but there isn't, they'd be telling me to fucking wrap it up. But yeah, so I recommend that you get or check out Lewis Capaldi, Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent. Yeah, enjoy. I don't know if you go and see him live or whatever, but he's pretty good live, so I'm told. We seen Rag and Bone Man, but we were late and we didn't see him performing. But yeah, I'm sure we'll catch him at some point. But anyway, I recommend that you check it out. Alright, peace, bye.